Humans versus alien raiders in a deserted planet. The human ship Aurora glided silently through the dark. Empty space, its lights cutting through the endless black. Commander Jason Briggs stood on the bridge, eyes fixed on the planet below. A deserted world they had been sent to explore for rare minerals and possible colonization. The planet looked lifeless from orbit, with wide deserts stretching under a dull orange sky. But sensors had picked up strange energy readings that made the crew uneasy. "Commander, the readings are spiking again," said Lieutenant Mara, pointing at the glowing signals on the monitor. Jason nodded, his jaw tight. "Stay alert, Mara. We don't know what we're dealing with yet." Outside the viewport, the planet's surface shimmered with dust storms, and jagged mountains cut strange shadows over the sands. The landing team prepared to descend, checking weapons, scanners, and oxygen supplies, every movement tense. Every glance filled with uncertainty. The shuttle's engines roared as it entered the planet's thin atmosphere. Buffeted by sudden gusts of wind, Jason gripped the controls, keeping the ship steady. Behind him, the crew held their breath, each second stretching like hours. The moment the shuttle touched the ground, a cloud of dust erupted, making the landing even more dangerous. Once on the surface, the humans stepped out cautiously, boots sinking slightly into the dry, cracked soil. The desert stretched endlessly in all directions, silent and foreboding. No birds, no animals, no sign of life anywhere, only the occasional shimmer of heat rising from the sand. The crew split into small teams to survey the area, scanning for minerals and possible threats. Suddenly, a strange humming sound filled the air, low and metallic, coming from the horizon. "What is that?" whispered Mara, her eyes wide. Jason raised a hand, signaling everyone to stop. The sound grew louder, rhythmic, almost like a heartbeat, but unnatural. It was then that they saw movement, shadows sliding over the dunes, faster than any human could run. "Aliens!" One of the crew shouted, panic flashing in his eyes. Before anyone could react, glowing beams of energy shot from the dunes, hitting rocks and sand, sending sparks and smoke into the air. The humans ducked and ran, firing their rifles blindly, but the attackers were fast. Unseen and organized, Jason barked orders. "Fall back to the shuttle. Everyone move!" They ran across the desert, the heat scorching their backs, their lungs burning. The aliens were like ghosts, appearing and disappearing among the rocks. Striking with precision, the humans barely reached the shuttle, some falling behind, fighting off the relentless attacks. Inside the shuttle, the crew sealed the doors, breathing heavily, hearts pounding. Jason slammed a fist on the console. "We need a plan. We can't survive out there like this." Mara shook her head. "Commander, we don't even know what they are, or why they attacked." The energy readings on the monitors grew stronger, pulsing like a warning. Then, the shuttle's alarms blared, red lights flashing. Sensors detected multiple alien crafts approaching from the horizon. Faster than any human ship, Jason's mind raced. They had landed on a deserted planet, thinking they would explore and collect resources. But now survival was the only goal. The humans were trapped, surrounded by an unknown enemy, on a world that seemed to want them dead. A young engineer, Sam, looked out the viewport, eyes wide with fear. "Commander, they're circling us. Cutting off our escape." Jason nodded grimly. Gripping the controls, "We have no choice. We have to take off now, or we won't get another chance." The shuttle roared to life, engines vibrating, lifting from the ground. But the aliens were faster, beams of energy streaking past, melting sand and leaving fiery trails. The humans fired back, lasers sparking against alien armor, but it barely slowed them down. Mara leaned over a console, trying to hack into the alien signals. "Commander, I might be able to jam them, but it will only last a few minutes." Jason nodded, giving the order. "Do it. Everyone, hold your positions and stay alive." The shuttle rose higher, dodging attacks, the desert below a blur of orange and brown. Dust storms and explosions made the world seem chaotic. The aliens seemed to anticipate every move. Pushing the humans to the limit, Jason gritted his teeth, knowing this was only the beginning. As night fell over the desert planet, the humans managed to escape temporarily. But the shuttle was damaged, some crew injured, morale shaken. Jason stood at the bridge, staring at the horizon, glowing with strange alien lights. "We came here for resources, but we found war instead," he said quietly. Mara put a hand on his shoulder. "We'll survive, Jason. We always do." But deep in the desert, the aliens regrouped, watching, calculating, their strange signals pulsing in the dark, waiting for the humans to make the next mistake. The fight had only just begun, and the humans were far from safe. The humans huddled inside the damaged shuttle, the dim red lights casting long shadows over their tense faces. Commander Jason Briggs studied the alien signals on the console, trying to make sense of their patterns. Every pulse felt deliberate, intelligent, like the aliens were watching, learning, planning. Mara leaned over the scanner. "Commander, these readings, they're not random, they are signals, maybe even instructions." Jason frowned. "They're coordinating something. We need to move carefully." Outside, the desert was silent again. But the humans knew it was only a trick. The aliens were patient hunters, waiting for the smallest mistake. Jason organized a small squad of the strongest and fastest humans, planning to scout the nearby terrain for resources and shelter. "We move in teams, stay alert, and do not engage unless necessary," he warned. "We cannot afford more losses." The squad stepped cautiously onto the desert floor, the sand crunching softly under their boots, each step feeling louder than it should. Mara pointed to strange footprints. Not human, not animal, leading toward a ridge. "Commander, look at these. They are huge, much larger than us, and they glow faintly." Jason squinted. "Aliens? Or some kind of guardian for their base." Suddenly, the ground shook slightly beneath them, a low rumble vibrating through their bones. A warning, perhaps, or a challenge. "Get down!" Jason shouted, and the humans dove behind jagged rocks, just as bright beams shot over their heads, striking the ground and sending sand flying. They peeked carefully and saw shapes moving tall. Sleek, alien warriors, their armor shimmering faintly in the dying light. The humans fired back, but their weapons had little effect. The aliens moved faster than they could track, disappearing and reappearing like shadows. They tried to flank the humans, cutting off possible escape routes. Jason realized their small squad was surrounded. The aliens were intelligent hunters, observing, predicting, and exploiting every weakness. Mara whispered urgently, "Commander, I can try to hack their signal again. Maybe create a distraction." Jason nodded. "Do it, but hurry. We don't have much time." She worked quickly, fingers flying over the console, and suddenly, a strange pulse spread from their devices, confusing the aliens for a moment, causing them to hesitate, giving the humans a narrow window to escape. They ran toward a canyon, the rocky walls offering some cover. But the aliens adapted quickly, moving like predators through the sand. Jason noticed one alien scout, much larger and more heavily armored than the others, seemed to command the group, pointing and signaling with glowing lights, directing the attack with terrifying intelligence. As the humans navigated the canyon, they discovered signs of alien technology buried partially in the sand. Strange towers and energy nodes, emitting low hums. This is a base, Jason realized. They are not random raiders. They have a settlement here. And we stumbled right into their territory. Suddenly, a trap was triggered. A beam of light shot from the sand, ensnaring one of the humans, dragging him off with unnatural speed. Screams echoed across the canyon, echoing eerily in the empty space. Mara gasped, "We have to save him." Jason clenched his teeth. "We'll try, but we cannot lose more of us." Stay focused. The squad found a vantage point on a ridge, overlooking the alien base, glowing lights and strange machines moving rhythmically. Like a heartbeat of war, Jason's mind raced, trying to find a weakness, a way to strike back, to survive, every second counting. The desert around them silent, except for distant hums and alien signals. Night fell quickly, the temperature dropping. Shadows stretching unnaturally long, the humans kept watch. Fear and determination battling in their hearts. They saw movement within the alien base, prisoners other humans? Or something else entirely? Jason's stomach twisted. They were not alone. The stakes were higher than ever. Mara finally spoke, her voice tense but steady. "Commander, if we strike carefully, maybe we can free the captured human and gather intel. But it will be dangerous." Jason nodded grimly. "We have no choice. We fight, but we fight smart. Every move matters." The humans prepared their makeshift weapons, checked their ammo, and formulated a plan while outside. The alien sensors pulsed with anticipation, like they were aware of every thought, every movement, waiting for the humans to make a mistake. As the first stars appeared in the sky, the humans crouched in the shadows, watching, listening, waiting. The desert was silent again. But only for now. A storm was coming, a clash between humans and alien hunters, a battle that would decide who would survive. And deep inside the alien base, glowing eyes scanned the desert, energy nodes pulsing faster, signaling a warning to the others. The humans were walking into a trap, and they did not even know it yet. The humans moved cautiously through the canyon, the night air cold and dry. Their breaths visible in the dim light, every step felt heavier, the sand crunching under their boots like a warning. Commander Jason Briggs led the team, scanning every ridge and shadow. Alert for any sign of the aliens, Mara stayed close, her hands trembling slightly as she checked the portable scanners. "Commander, I keep picking up faint signals ahead. Strange pulses in the ground." Jason frowned. "Could be a trap." We move slowly and watch every corner. They reached a narrow pass between two towering cliffs. And suddenly, the ground beneath their feet shifted, a hidden pressure plate triggering a trap. A section of the canyon wall slid silently, releasing a net of energy cables that shot out like a spider's web. Sam, the young engineer, barely dove to the side, sparks flying dangerously close. The humans froze, hearts pounding, and then the shadows moved. Aliens emerging from hidden crevices, sleek and silent, their glowing eyes fixed on the humans. "Spread out. Don't let them corner us." Jason shouted, firing his weapon, but the bullets barely made a dent in the alien armor. The aliens moved like a single organism, anticipating every step, cutting off escape routes. Forcing the humans deeper into the canyon, Mara tried hacking a nearby alien energy node to create a distraction. Her hands shaking, sparks flying from the device. But it only worked for a few seconds, and the aliens quickly adapted. Closing in, then something worse happened. A crack of the trail that none of them saw coming. One of the humans, Lieutenant Riker, hesitated at a fork in the canyon, looking back nervously. Jason noticed, "Riker, move!" But it was too late. The aliens had already noticed the human split. A beam shot from behind, striking Sam, knocking him to the ground. "No!" Mara screamed, rushing to help. But the aliens moved faster than any human could, dragging Sam into the darkness. The sound of his screams echoing unnaturally through the canyon. Riker's face went pale, guilt and fear battling in his eyes. Jason gritted his teeth. "What did you do?" The lieutenant stammered. I thought if I showed them the weaker path, maybe they would leave the others alone. I didn't mean. You led them to Sam." Jason snapped, fury in his voice, the rest of the squad silent. Tension so thick it felt like a physical weight. The humans were shaken, realizing that betrayal could be more dangerous than the aliens themselves. They moved carefully now, more alert. Every shadow a potential threat. The canyon seemed alive, echoing with alien whispers and mechanical hums. They reached a small outcrop overlooking the alien base, glowing lights illuminating the structures below, towers and energy nodes pulsing rhythmically. The humans observed from the shadows, plotting their next move. The captured crew members' fate unknown. Fear gnawing at their minds, Mara whispered. "Commander, they are testing us, luring us closer, watching how we react." "This is psychological warfare," Jason nodded, his jaw tight. "We cannot panic. We plan and strike with precision. One wrong move and it's over for all of us." He checked the squad, eyes meeting each member's, determination in their gazes. "We fight for survival, and we fight together. No more mistakes." The night dragged on, shadows shifting, the desert wind carrying the faint hum of alien machinery. The humans stayed low, trying to avoid patrols, every step measured, every glance calculated. But the aliens were cunning, leaving traps, false paths, and signals designed to confuse and disorient. At one point, a false signal drew Mara and two others toward a cliff edge where energy beams barely missed them, cutting deep gouges into the rock. "It's a trap. Fall back," Jason shouted, and they scrambled back just in time. Even in retreat, they realized the aliens were learning, adapting, almost as if they could read human thoughts. Fear and tension gnawed at the squad, testing their nerves, testing their trust in each other. Night turned darker, the stars barely visible behind a thin layer of dust storms. And in the distance, they heard the chilling sound of alien communication, pulsing signals in a language no human could understand, each pulse like a heartbeat counting down toward another attack. Then, as if to punish them further, the humans spotted a human figure in the alien compound, dragged and bound. Sam, injured but alive, his eyes wide with terror. The squad's hearts sank, determination flaring. "We cannot leave him," Jason said. "We will save him, no matter the cost," Mara nodded. "But we need a plan, or we'll all die." And deep in the desert, hidden observers watched the humans through alien sensors, pulsing with intelligence, recording every action, every reaction. They seemed almost amused, waiting for the humans to slip again, the trap tightening like a coil around them. The betrayal, the fear, the traps. It was only the beginning. The humans had no idea how far the aliens would go to hunt them. Jason looked at his squad, faces pale, bruised, but determined. "We survive tonight. We fight back tomorrow. And we take Sam home. We are humans, and we do not surrender." The squad nodded silently, knowing the real test was just beginning. A battle of wits, courage, and trust against an enemy that seemed always one step ahead. The desert stretched endlessly before the humans, vast, empty, and unforgiving. The night air cold and sharp against their faces. Commander Jason Briggs led the squad cautiously, every step measured, every shadow a potential threat. Their shuttle was damaged, supplies were low, and Sam was still missing, dragged somewhere deep into the alien territory. Fear and tension pressing down on the humans, like the weight of the desert itself. Mara carried the portable scanner, scanning for alien activity. "Commander, I don't like this. The signals are spreading in patterns. Almost like a net, trapping us." Jason nodded. "Then we move slowly, stay low, and keep our senses sharp. One mistake and we're done." The humans spread out, forming a tight formation as they crossed the open dunes, the sand shifting under their boots, making every step difficult. Hours passed. The desert sun rising slowly, turning the sky into a pale, burning orange. The heat was unbearable, melting some of their energy rations. Forcing them to conserve water, Sam's absence haunted them, his screams from the previous night still echoing in their minds. Every human was exhausted, every muscle ached, yet they pressed on. Survival their only thought. Suddenly, the ground beneath them shook violently. A small sandstorm rising unexpectedly, blowing with unnatural speed. Blinding them, Jason shouted, "Take cover!" They dove behind jagged rocks and boulders as the storm lashed at them, sand whipping like sharp blades, cutting faces and arms. Mara's scanner went haywire, reading dozens of alien signatures moving with the storm, almost as if the aliens were using the storm to hide, to hunt from within the sandstorm. Glowing shapes emerged, alien scouts moving in silence, their energy weapons humming softly, almost like whispers. "They're here," shouted Jason, firing blindly, the humans dodging and rolling. Every shot aimed at shadows that seemed to melt away before impact. The aliens moved in perfect coordination, driving the humans toward a narrow canyon. A trap carefully planned. As they ran, Riker, still shaken from his betrayal, stumbled, falling into a shallow crevice. "Help me," he cried. Mara reached for him, pulling him up, but the aliens were fast, appearing on the canyon walls. Beams of energy shooting past, striking sand and rock, forcing the humans closer to the trap. Jason realized they were being funneled like prey, forced into a single path where escape was nearly impossible. "Commander, we can't fight them all," Mara shouted, scanning for options. Jason's eyes caught a ridge above the canyon. "We climb now. Use the rocks for cover." They scrambled, muscles burning, the aliens still pressing, sensing their every movement. At the top, they paused, catching their breath, looking down at the desert below, sandstorms hiding alien movements. Every second feeling like an eternity. Night fell again, colder and more dangerous than before. The humans huddled together, sharing what little water remained, tension crackling between them. The betrayal of Riker still fresh, trust fragile. Every sound was amplified in the silence, the wind howling over the dunes. Strange pulses from alien technology pulsing faintly in the distance. Mara whispered, "They're studying." U.S. Commander, every movement, every reaction. They know we're scared. Jason's jaw tightened. Then we use that fear. We move smart. We survive. As they rested, a distant glow appeared on the horizon. A hidden alien base, partially buried in the sands, its towers pulsating with light, sending low hums that vibrated through the ground. "There. That must be where Sam is," Jason said quietly, determination flashing in his eyes. The humans knew the next move would be dangerous, maybe deadly, but they could not leave a Conrad behind. Suddenly, the ridge shifted slightly, and the humans froze, shadows moving in the sand below, faster than the eye could track. "Aliens!" Jason shouted, firing at the shadows, but the blasts barely slowed them. The humans scattered, diving behind rocks, rolling down slopes, trying to survive, adrenaline and fear pumping through their veins. Hours turned into a tense night of evasion and survival, each human relying on instincts, wit, and sheer luck. Mara hacked into a small alien device they had found earlier, sending a pulse that temporarily disrupted alien sensors, giving the humans a precious window to move. "This way, hurry," Jason commanded, leading them through hidden paths and narrow crevices. Avoiding patrols and traps, by dawn, the humans had crossed a vast section of desert. Exhausted, dehydrated, but alive, their morale lifted slightly. Knowing they had survived the night, yet the alien base loomed closer. A constant reminder of the dangers ahead, the desert was no longer just a place of survival. It had become a battlefield, a gauntlet designed to test humans. Pushing them to their limits, Jason looked at his squad. Faces streaked with dirt and sweat, determination shining through fatigue. "We survive this, and we rescue Sam. Then we strike back." Mara nodded, checking the scanner one last time. Glowing pulses from the alien base warning them of dangers yet to come. The humans pressed on, through sand, wind, and shadows. The desert a cruel teacher, teaching them fear, patience, and courage. And deep within the alien base, monitors blinked, tracking the humans' every movement, their signals pulsing faster. As if mocking the human struggle, the hunt was far from over, and the desert still held more traps, more challenges, and more tests for the humans who dared to survive. The humans had survived the desert, but exhaustion weighed heavily on them, every step forward feeling heavier than the last. Commander Jason Briggs gathered his squad on a rocky outcrop overlooking the alien base. The glowing towers pulsed like a heartbeat, sending strange signals into the desert. Every light, every hum, seemed to mock them, daring them to attack. "Listen carefully," Jason said, voice low but firm. "We strike tonight, when the aliens are least expecting it. Mara, you, and Sam are what's left of him. We'll hack their signal nodes, create a distraction. The rest of us, we infiltrate and disable their weapons." Mara nodded, eyes sharp despite fatigue. "I can do it. But the window will be short, only minutes." Jason clenched his fists. "Then we make every second count." The humans moved under the cover of darkness, shadows stretching across the dunes, sand whipping against their faces, the cold air biting through their fatigued bodies. Every step measured, every glance scanning for movement. They reached the outer perimeter of the alien base, carefully avoiding sensors and patrols, the faint hum of alien machinery growing louder. Mara tapped into the first energy node, sparks flying as she worked quickly. "Done," she whispered. "The nodes are down." "But only for 5 minutes." Jason nodded, signaling the team to move. The humans charged silently, dodging alien patrols, disabling turrets with careful precision, each strike a small victory in the night. Suddenly, an alarm blared, piercing the desert night. The aliens had detected the sabotage, lights flashing across the base, energy beams firing into the sky. "They know we're here," shouted one soldier, diving behind a rock. Jason gritted his teeth. "No turning back. We fight our way through." The humans engaged the aliens in close combat. Energy weapons clashing with human rifles, sparks flying with each strike. The aliens were faster, stronger, but the humans were clever, using traps and terrain to their advantage, rolling behind rocks, setting small charges to block alien pathways. Every second was a battle, every breath a fight for survival. Mara moved deeper into the base, hacking additional nodes, confusing alien sensors. The humans created chaos, forcing the aliens to split their forces, some rushing to defend, others hunting the intruders. Sam, injured but determined, led a small group to rescue captured humans, freeing them quietly, tension rising with every step. Jason faced a squad of heavily armored aliens. Moving with perfect coordination, they attacked as one, striking with speed and precision, but Jason used clever maneuvers. leading them into traps set by his team. Explosions rocked the desert, sand flying in every direction, a storm of fire and smoke masking their movements. From the base's control tower, the alien leader watched, glowing eyes scanning the battlefield, calculating the humans' every move. They are clever. Too clever, the alien muttered in a strange, humming voice, sending reinforcements toward the human team. The humans pressed forward, desperation fueling courage. Knowing failure meant death, Mara finished hacking the last node, energy pulses exploding across the base, disabling turrets and communications temporarily. Now, Jason shouted, and the humans surged into the heart of the alien compound, fighting, dodging, and disabling alien machinery. Every victory hard-earned, every step dangerous. Suddenly, an alien commander appeared, taller and more heavily armored than any before, glowing blue lines running across its body, its weapon crackling with energy. Jason faced it, rifle raised, calculating the odds. "We can do this," he muttered, as the alien charged, Mara and the team flanking to create openings. The battle was fierce, humans fighting with brains, courage, and raw determination, using tricks, traps, and teamwork to level the playing field. The desert around them shook from explosions, the alien base lights flickering, alarms blaring, yet the humans pressed on. Every strike a message. We will not be hunted. We will survive by dawn. The humans had made a small but significant victory. Alien defenses weakened, captured humans rescued. Yet the alien leader had escaped, disappearing into the desert with a promise of return. Jason looked over his squad, faces bruised, sweat and blood streaking them, but eyes full of pride. We survived. We hit them hard. But the war is not over. Mara scanned the horizon, sensors picking up alien signals retreating into the dunes. They're regrouping, stronger than before, preparing for the next attack. Jason nodded grimly, determination burning in his eyes. Then we prepare too. We learn from tonight. And next time we strike harder. We are humans. And we do not surrender. The desert was quiet again, but the humans knew it was only temporary. The battle had been won, but the war for survival, for honor, and for freedom on this hostile planet was far from over. Shadows shifted in the dunes, alien scouts watching, waiting, and calculating, while the humans, tired but unbroken, planned their next move. The fire of resistance burning brighter than ever. The humans stood at the edge of the desert plateau, the alien base glowing ominously below them, its towers pulsating like a heartbeat. Commander Jason Briggs surveyed the battlefield, determination and exhaustion etched on his face. "This is it," he said quietly. "We strike tonight, or we don't survive." Mara nodded, checking her scanners. Their forces are stronger, but disorganized after our last attack. We can use that. The squad moved silently down the rocky slopes, sand crunching softly beneath their boots, every shadow hiding potential death. The rescued humans from the last mission followed, wounded but determined. The wind carried strange hums from the alien base, pulsing signals vibrating through the ground. As if warning the humans not to advance, Jason split the team into two groups, one to infiltrate the base from the north, the other to flank from the south. We have to hit them fast, hit them hard, and confuse them. Mara, you stay with me. We take the main control tower, disable their defenses, and cut their communications. Mara nodded, gripping her portable hacking device tightly. Understood. Commander, as they approached the outer perimeter, alien scouts emerged from the shadows, tall and sleek, glowing blue lines tracing their bodies. Weapons humming, Jason signaled the attack, and the humans surged forward, energy weapons clashing, bullets ricocheting, sparks flying as humans used clever maneuvers to disable alien machinery. Mara hacked a perimeter node, sending a pulse that disrupted alien sensors, giving the humans a narrow window to strike deeper into the base. The aliens adapted quickly, but the humans used traps, terrain, and teamwork to stay ahead. Sand, dust, and sparks filled the air as explosions rocked the base. Towers shaking under the impact, every move a test of nerves and courage. Suddenly, from the central tower, the alien leader appeared, taller and more heavily armored than any before, energy crackling along its limbs, glowing eyes scanning the battlefield. Calculating every human movement, Jason felt a chill, knowing that this final confrontation would decide everything. "We face him now," he muttered, signaling the squad. The humans advanced, dodging energy blasts and traps, every second critical. Mara hacking nodes to create distractions, Jason leading the assault with precision and bravery. Every strike, every dodge. A battle of wits and courage. The alien leader was strong, faster than anyone expected, but the humans were smart, using terrain, traps, and teamwork to gain small advantages. One by one, the humans disabled alien turrets, freed prisoners trapped within the base, and cut off reinforcements. The alien leader roared, energy pulses sending the ground vibrating, shaking rocks loose, forcing the humans to dive for cover. Yet they pressed on, courage burning brighter than fear, determination stronger than exhaustion. Jason faced the alien leader directly, firing, dodging, and striking. Each move met with counterattacks, beams of energy slicing the air dangerously close. Mara flanked, hacking a nearby control panel, causing turrets to misfire, giving Jason a slight opening. Sweat and blood streaked his face, muscles burning, yet his resolve was unshakable. The squad coordinated perfectly, distractions, ambushes, and clever traps, keeping the alien leader off balance. Sparks flew as humans fought aliens in close combat, strategy and instinct combining to level the playing field. The desert itself seemed alive, echoing with explosions, the hum of alien machinery, and the cries of battle. Finally, Jason saw his chance, a small opening in the alien leader's defense. He lunged forward, striking with all his strength. Energy surging from a captured alien weapon, Mara assisted remotely, sending pulses that disabled shields. The alien leader faltered, staggering under the combined human attack. With a final coordinated strike, the humans overcame the alien leader. Its energy fading, glowing eyes dimming, towers flickering, the base trembled. Alarms blaring one last time before silence fell, the humans stood panting, bruised, battered, but victorious. The desert around them quiet, only the distant wind carrying the faint hum of surviving alien machinery. Jason looked over his squad, faces marked with fatigue, sweat, and determination. "We did it." "For now," he said, eyes scanning the horizon. Mara smiled weakly. "We survived, Jason, and we fought back. We proved that humans can endure, even against the strongest enemy." Yet the desert was not safe. The humans knew the battle had been won, but the war was far from over. Alien scouts could return. Reinforcements could come. The planet itself was hostile. But for now, the humans had claimed a small victory. Their courage, intelligence, and teamwork shining brighter than any alien technology. As dawn broke over the desert, the humans tended to the wounded, salvaged what they could, and prepared for what might come next. The alien base was weakened, the leader defeated, but the desert held secrets, dangers, and new threats. Shadows shifting in the dunes hinted at survivors, plotting revenge, while the humans, weary but unbroken, knew they would fight again. And somewhere far in the desert, unknown to the humans, faint glowing signals pulsed, a reminder that the enemy was not finished, that the hunt would continue, and that survival, courage, and humanity would always be tested on this hostile planet. The desert was quiet, but the silence felt heavy. almost like the planet itself was holding its breath. Commander Jason Briggs stood atop a ridge, surveying the damaged alien base below, its towers smoking, energy pulses fading. The alien leader defeated, yet the squad knew better than to celebrate too soon. Mara checked the scanners. Commander, some signals remain, smaller forces hiding. They might regroup, or they might have traps set for us. Jason nodded, jaw tight. Then we finish this. We survive, or we die trying. The squad moved carefully down the dunes. Every step alert, every shadow a potential threat. The rescued humans followed. Some injured, some exhausted, yet all determined to see this mission through. The desert wind blew sharply, carrying the faint hum of alien machinery, strange pulses echoing across the sands, reminding them that the hunt was not completely over. They reached the main control tower, the heart of the alien base. Mara hacked the remaining nodes, sparks flying as energy shields collapsed, alarms blaring briefly before going silent. Jason motioned the squad forward. Clear the base, disable every weapon, and make sure no survivors can regroup. We leave nothing for them. The humans moved like shadows, stealth and precision guiding every action, disabling turrets, smashing control panels, and freeing alien prisoners that could be used as leverage. Suddenly, a loud rumble shook the desert, and small alien squads appeared from hidden tunnels, energy weapons glowing, moving with speed and coordination. Jason shouted, "Hold your ground. We fight." The humans engaged in brutal combat. Every strike calculated, every dodge essential. They used traps, explosives, and guerrilla tactics learned from nights of survival in the desert. The alien forces were relentless, yet the humans' courage and strategy began turning the tide. Mara hacked the central energy core, sending pulses that disrupted alien communications. Giving the humans a critical advantage, Jason led the charge toward the remaining alien soldiers, their weapons sparking against human rifles, close combat erupting in sparks and fire. Exhaustion and fear fought against adrenaline and determination. Yet every human pushed forward, refusing to yield. From the shadows, the alien leader's second-in-command emerged, a hulking figure with glowing eyes, energy crackling like lightning along its body. It roared, sending vibrations through the desert, signaling a last desperate attack. Jason gritted his teeth. "All of you, together, now." The humans surged, flanking, using every trick and trap, energy beams ricocheting off rocks, explosions sending sand into the night air. The alien commander fell under combined attacks, its glowing eyes dimming, energy failing. The remaining aliens retreated, scattering across the desert, their morale broken, strategy disrupted, and defenses shattered. The humans had won the final battle. The alien base silent, except for the crackling of destroyed machinery. Jason looked at his squad, faces bruised, bloodied, but smiling faintly. "We survived," he said, voice heavy with relief. Mara wiped sweat and dust from her brow. "We did more than survive. Jason, we proved humans can fight, think, and endure even against the strongest enemies." The squad shared a moment of quiet pride, knowing the struggle had tested every skill, every instinct, and every ounce of courage. But victory did not mean safety. The planet was still hostile, the desert still filled with dangers. Unknown alien scouts might still be watching, and the shuttle remained damaged. Supplies low, and the journey home uncertain. Jason turned toward the horizon. "We gather what we can. Repair the shuttle and leave. Today we win. Tomorrow we survive." As they salvaged alien technology and prepared their shuttle, a faint glow appeared on the horizon, pulsing signals in a rhythm eerily familiar. Mara squinted. "Commander, I don't like this. It's far away, but it feels alive, like they are watching us even now." Jason's jaw tightened, determination flashing. "Let them watch. We are humans. We survive. We fight, and we do not surrender, no matter where they hide." The humans boarded the shuttle, engines roaring to life despite the damage, lifting from the desert floor, sand swirling around them, leaving behind the ruins of the alien base. A monument to their courage. Every member looked out at the desert, the glowing remnants of alien technology fading below. The planet had tested them, but humanity had endured every trial, every danger overcome through courage, intelligence, and teamwork. As the shuttle climbed higher, the horizon stretching endlessly ahead, Jason whispered, "We came here for survival. We leave with victory, and the knowledge that humans can endure, can fight, and can overcome even the greatest odds." Mara smiled faintly, watching the desert below shrink. "And if they return, we will be ready, stronger than before." Deep within the dunes, faint signals pulsed, almost like a heartbeat, reminding that the enemy was not gone entirely. But the humans had survived, triumphed, and proven that no matter how hostile the universe, humanity's courage, intelligence, and determination would always shine. And as the shuttle disappeared into the stars, leaving the deserted planet behind, the humans looked forward to home, knowing they had faced the unimaginable, fought against impossible odds, and lived to tell the story, a story of survival, bravery, and the undeniable strength of humanity.